chat room. Thank you for your cooperation. Now we are ready for the teaching, Sayadaw. May we invite Sayadaw and Interpreter Bande to start the teaching, please. Tadu, tadu, tadu.
Take 3 refuges and 5 precepts. Repeat after me. Aham Bande.
Aham Bande.
Isaranena Saha.
Titrinena Taha.
Pinja Silam.
Incha Tilam.
Maya Jami.
Tamaya Zami.
Anugahan Katawa.
Anogahan Gatawa.
Ilandeta.
Ilandeta.
Nebande.
Nebandi.
Dudiyambi.
Dudiyambi.
Aham Bande.
Aham Bande.
Isaranena Saha.
Titrinena Taha.
Pinja Silam.
Incha Tilam.
Maya Jami.
Tamaya Zami.
Anugahan Katawa.
Anogahan Gatawa.
Ilandeta.
Ilandeta.
Nebande.
Ibande.
Tatiyambi.
Tatiyambi.
Aham Bande.
Aham Bande.
Saranena Saha.
Titrinena Taha.
Panja Silam.
Incha Tilam.
Maya Jami.
Tamaya Zami.
Anugahan Katawa.
Anogahan Gatawa.
Ilandeta.
Ilandeta.
Nebande.
Ibande.
Yamahavadami Damwadeta.
Amabande.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammasambuddhassa.
Namo Tata Bhagavato Arahato Dhamma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tata Bhagavato Arahato Dhamma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tata Bhagavato Arahato Dhamma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ Dharanam Gacchāmi, Dhammam Dharanam Gacchāmi, Sangham Dharanam Gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ Dharanam Gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammam Dharanam Gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sangham Dharanam Gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammāṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ Dharanam Gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammam Dharanam Gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sangham Dharanam Gacchāmi.
Tisarana Gamanam Paripurnaṃ.
Amabande.
Panati Pada Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Anati Pata Vedamini Dekhaparam Tamadiyami.
Adena Dhana Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Adena Dana Vedamini Dekhaparam Tamadiyami.
Kamesu Mecchācara Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Ametu Mesa Sara Vedamini Dekhaparam Tamadiyami.
Musavada Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Tawara Vedamini Dekhaparam Tamadiyami.
Sura Meraya Mecha Pamada Dhana Viramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami.
Suramiraya Misabhamana Thana Vedamini Dekhaparam Tamadiyami.
Idame Punya Asawakaya Wahan Hotu.
Idame Punya Astavakaya Waha Hotu.
Idame Silan Nibbānasa Pichayo Hotu.
Idame Dila Nibbana Tapyasya Hotu.
Isaranena Saha Pinja Silandaman Sadhugan Katawa Apamadena Sambadita.
Amabande.
Let's start our Dhamma discussion by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammasambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today we will continue our Mahāparinibbāṇa Sutta talk, Mahāparinibbāṇa Sutta discussions. Mahāparinibbāṇa Sutta, the Buddha's last days, part 16 now. When the Buddha was dwelling at Kutagara monastery and Vesali city, Vesali country, early in the morning, the Buddha went to the Vesali cities for ants food. Then after finishing the meal, the Buddha left from the Vesali city. When the Buddha reached the outside of Vesali city, the Buddha wanted to see the Vesali city, wanted to look at the Vesali city as his last viewing. This is called Naga Palokita. Then when the Buddha want to look back, how to do? You know, like we normal people, we can look back in this way, is it? We can see everything behind. But the Buddha, if the Buddha want to look back behind, he cannot look back just only his head. He need to turn the whole body like noble elephants, very great elephants. You know, when the elephants want to look back behind, then he cannot look back behind with only his head. He need to turn the whole body to look back behind. In the same way, when the Buddha want to look back behind, then the Buddha also cannot look back behind with only his head. He need to turn the whole body to look back behind. Is it? Like elephants. Why? You know, we normal peoples, the bone in our body are touching each other. Only, you know, the joint, only just touching each other. Bone after another bone to bone, just touching each other only. That is why when we want to look back behind, then we can look back with only head, without turning the whole body. Then another one is a Pachika Buddha. Pachika Buddha, their bonds are also connected to each other, like ring, but there's a space, only just that, you know, like this one, connecting bone to bone, each other, connecting to each other. The bones are connected to each other, but there's a space for Pachika Buddha, not completely ring. But the Buddha is not like this. The Buddha bones are connected to each other like ring to ring, like the iron chains, without space in each ring. That is why the Buddha cannot look back behind without turning the whole body, is it? Only with head. That is why when the Buddha want to look back behind, then he need to turn the whole body to look back. The Buddha Nagapalokitami like this. The Buddha look back behind, look back to view, to see the Vesali country as his last viewing, last seeing. That is why he looked back the Vesali city by turning his whole body. But according to commentary explanation, the Buddha fulfilled all paramis for a long time. If the Buddha wanted to see the Vesali country, the Buddha no need to turn his whole body. Then Vesali city automatically appear in front of the Buddha. Is it? Then the Buddha only just view, just sees the Vesali city as last seeings. Why the Buddha explained the Nagapalokita turning the whole body of the noble elephants here, especially, is it? Not only Vesali country, the Buddha when the Buddha left from the city, then the Buddha viewed this city as his last cities. Why? Now he is going to the Kusinara. When he reached the Kusinara, then he will take his final Parinibbāṇa. That is why since beginning from Savatthi city, the Buddha leave from the Savatthi city. Then the Buddha also viewed the Savatthi city as his last seeing, his last viewing. Is it? Then went to Rajagaha city, also the same. When he left from the Rajagaha city, then this is also his last viewing, his last seeing of Rajagaha city. In the same way, then he also went to many, for example, Nadi village and the other many villages around the ways, on the ways to the Kusinara. Then the Buddha will never return to those cities or villages again. That is why they are also considered the Buddha's last seeings. But here, when they describe the Buddha's last seeings to Vesali city, they actually at the gate of the Vesali city, the Buddha looked back to Vesali city, his last seeings. Then many people also recognize the Buddha looked back to the Vesali city to see the Vesali city as his last seeings. Then many people, many princes from this Vesali country, they also know the Buddha looked back this Vesali city by standing in this place as his last seeings. Then they will make one jetiya, pagoda around this area. Then many people also will kind of respect by referring to the Buddha. Because of this kusala karma, they can be reborn in good destination, good realm, like human being or deva realms. Also, another reason is this Vesali country will be destroyed by Ajatasattu king after a few years. That is why after a few years, this country will completely disappear from the world. That is why the Buddha looked back this Vesali city. They are the reasons which explains in commentary. And during the Buddha went to Bandhu village from Vesali city. When the Buddha was living in Bandhu village, then the Buddha also preached a lot of the Dhamma, especially regarding the Four Noble Truths to the bhikkhus. Bhikkhus, you and me, around the you know, without discoverable beginning, around the beginningless samsaras. We go here and there. We were reborn as human beings, they were sometimes animals, etc. around those realms. Then when we become human beings, after human beings' lifespan, then we also pass away. According to our kusala or akusala karma, we will be reborn in good destination or bad destination, good realm or bad realms. Then after that, also we will pass away in this life, from this life. Then we will be reborn in another realms. In this way, you know, from realm to realm or only in one realms, we were reborn many times. Also, we die many times. This is called samsara. Is it? Samsara. The wrong or suffering or the wrong or rebirth cannot finish. Why we are experiencing such kinds of wrong or rebirth? Because of not knowing of the Four Noble Truths. I didn't know, I didn't penetrate the Four Noble Truths around the samsara. You didn't realize the Four Noble Truths. You didn't penetrate the Four Noble Truths. That is why we are experiencing a lot of suffering and the wrong or rebirth in the samsara. But now I am penetrated the Four Noble Truths. Then I also destroy the craving, the attachment to the existences. That is why this is my last birth. I will never be reborn in any realm again. Then I have already made the end of suffering by penetrating the Four Noble Truths. Then the Buddha also encouraged the Bhikkhu Sangha and all of his disciples to try to penetrate the Four Noble Truths. When they penetrate the Four Noble Truths, they will be able to remove the attachments for the existence, the craving, tanha for existence. Then they will be escape. They will escape from the wrong or rebirth, being reborn in time, or being dead in this way. Then they will be able to stop by penetrating the Four Noble Truths. That is why you should try to penetrate the Four Noble Truths. The Buddha also gave order to many of his disciples in Bandhu village. Then after that, the Buddha went to Hatti village, Amba village, and Jambu village from Bandhu village. Then finally, the Buddha, by passing those villages, finally the Buddha reached to Bhoga city. Maybe Bhoga city, Bhoga Nagara, Bhoga small town. Is it? When the Buddha was living in Bhoga city, the Buddha also preached many Dhamma talk, many the benefit of Sila Samadhi Panya practice. You should try to practice Sila Samadhi Panya. It will be great benefit. You should try to fulfill Sila, although they cannot attain jhana, megaphala, nibbana. When they can observe the 5 precepts not to break, then their morality is pure. Because of pure morality, according to their wishes, they can be reborn in any good realms as human being or as deva, etc. That is why Sila is very beneficial. Based on pure morality, then continue to practice meditation, you can attain concentration. When you can attain concentration, you can stay with the concentration object, samadhi, without arisings or nivarana, hindrances or defilement. Then after that, continue to practice vipassana based on concentration, then you can destroy, you can realize nibbana. Then when you attain the megaphala nibbana, then you can destroy the defilements. Then you will be able to stay without risings or defilement, without experiencing the torturing by the defilement, torturance or the defilement, etc. Then the Buddha encouraged them. Then in this Bhoga city, the Buddha also taught about 4 Mahāparinibbāṇa, 4 great references. 4 great references. What are the 4 great references? Mahāparinibbāṇa, 4 great references. According to Sutta, the 4 great references. Chatu Mahāparinibbāṇa, the 4 great references. There maybe you can see the Pali and translation in English and Chinese, but I will explain briefly. If we read according to those Pali or translation, then you may get confused. Then 1 bhikkhu, 4 great references. This is also very important for our Buddhist, we bhikkhu, to refer. What is Mahāparinibbāṇa? Mahāparinibbāṇa means, or here the 4 great references, reference to the Buddha's teaching. 1 bhikkhu, he will say, I learned these suttas from the Buddha, or in front of the Buddha. I have heard from the Buddha. I have lessons to the Buddha's Dhamma, or the Buddha's Dhamma. I have, for example, someone is teaching something, someone is sharing a kind of Dhamma, but he say, this sutta learned, I learned this suttas from the Buddha, or he may say in this way. If 1 bhikkhu or 1 person say in this way, don't immediately accept what he said. Okay. Also, don't reject what he said. Don't immediately reject what he said, or without accepting and rejecting immediately. Then you should compare with the real Buddha's teaching, the Buddha's teaching, like Tipitaka, is it? Then you should compare whether his teaching is the Buddha's teaching, really the Buddha's teaching or not. Then when you compare with the Buddha's teachings, then what will happen? Not the Buddha, Sutta and Vinaya, the Tipitaka, etc. You compare with the Buddha's teaching. At that times, what will happen? If they are corresponding to the Buddha's teaching, if they are the same with the Buddha's teachings, then okay, then you can accept. You can accept his sutta or his teaching. When you compare his teaching with the Buddha's teachings, then they are not in accordance with the Buddha's teaching. They are not corresponding to the Buddha's teaching. At that time, you should reject his teaching, his sutta. You should not accept. Oh, this is a 1 Mahāparinibbāṇa, 1 reference. 1 reference. Is it? Then pick 1. This is called Buddha Padesa, referring to the Buddha. 1 person will say, will share 1 Dhamma, 1 Sutta, 1 Vinaya. Then by referring to the Buddha, then you should not reject, you should not accept immediately. Compare his sutta or his teaching, his word with the Buddha's teaching. If they are corresponding to each other, if they are the same with the Buddha's teaching, each other, then can accept, otherwise reject. Or this is, we call Buddha Padesa. Another number 2 is a Sangha Padesa. 1 person also will give 1 Dhamma Vinaya. He will share his 1 sutta, etc. Okay, practice in this way. It is Buddha's I learned this teaching, this Dhamma from Sangha in 1 monastery. Or you know the Sanghas. For example, Theravada, this is Theravada teaching. I learned this Dhamma from Theravada Sangha, or they will refer to Theravada Sangha, is it? They will refer to the order of monks. Or then when they say in this way, don't immediately accept and don't immediately reject his Dhamma, his sharings, his teaching. You should compare his teaching with the Buddha's teaching. Or then you should also compare whether they are Sangha's teachings or not. Then if they are the same with the Buddha's teaching, actually the Buddha's teaching, although he referred to the Sanghas, need to compare with the Tipitaka, no, Dhamma and Vinaya. Dhamma refer to the Sutta and Abhidhamma, Vinaya refer to Vinaya. So Dhamma, Vinaya or Tipitaka, then finally the Buddha's teaching. Need to refer to the Buddha, need to compare with the Buddha's teaching. If they are corresponding to the Buddha's teaching, if they are in accordance with the Buddha's teaching, okay, you should accept. Otherwise, you should reject his Dhamma. Oh, be careful. No? Then another person will teach the one Dhammas to you by referring to a group of monks. I learned this Dhamma from a group of bhikkhus from this monastery, from this Nikaya, etc., from this country. That is why you should accept this teaching. Or if someone is teaching or if someone is sharing a kind of Dhamma, a kind of Sutta, etc., then you should not immediately accept, you should not immediately reject his teaching, his Dhamma. You should compare his teaching with the Buddha's teaching, whether it is correct or not. If it is correct, if they are in accordance with the Buddha's Tipitaka, then you should accept. Otherwise, you should reject his teaching. Don't follow, don't practice. Then another person will say one thing to you. I learn this Dhamma from one scholar monks, one knowledgeable monks. This is knowledgeable monk's teaching. Then he is sharing one Sutta or one Dhamma, one meditation practice to you in this way. Then don't immediately accept and don't immediately reject his teaching and his Dhamma, his meditation practice. Then you should check his teaching with the Buddha's Tipitaka, whether it is correct or not. If they are the same with the Buddha's Tipitaka, the Buddha's teaching, okay, you can accept his teaching or his Sutta, his Dhamma. Otherwise, you should reject. Or in this way, you know, then you must be knowledgeable in Tipitaka, is it? Although there are many bhikkhu, many persons who are teaching, they say this is the Buddha's teaching. They also, the other person also said this is the Buddha's teaching. They use. Actually, usually they only just use their own teaching, not following the Buddha's teaching, then reject. You must be knowledgeable in the Tipitaka and the Buddha's teaching. You should associate with the good persons. You should learn and lessons, discuss the Dhamma with the good persons, is it? Then at that time, you will have many knowledge in the Buddha's teaching. Then you will understand whether it is Buddha's teachings or not. Then in this way, when the other person refer many, Buddha, when he refer to Buddha for his teaching, his Dhamma, his Sutta, then this is called Buddha Padesa. When the one person refers to the Sangha, there will be Sangha Padesa. When one person refers to a group of monks, a group of Nikaya from Myanmar or from Thailand or from Sri Lanka, etc., then there will be a group of monks teaching. Then Sambhula, Thera Padesa. When one person referred to one knowledgeable person, I learned this from one Sayadaw, very famous Sayadaw, one Tipitaka Sayadaw, one Bhikkhu Sayadaw, etc. Is it? Then he will refer to one scholar monks, one scholar bhikkhus, one knowledgeable bhikkhu. Then, although he refers to Buddha, Sangha, many bhikkhus, and one scholar bhikkhu, you should not immediately accept his teaching, his meditation practice, his Dhamma, etc. You should not immediately reject his teaching, his meditation practice, his Dhamma, his Sutta. Then you should compare with the Buddha's teaching, whether they are corresponding to each other or not, whether they are the same each other or not. If they are the same with the Buddha's teaching, then you should accept, otherwise you should reject. Or they are, four Mahāparinibbāṇa, four great references. Four great references. The Buddha taught to Bhikkhu Sangha. These four great references and Bhoga Siddhi. Pali already finished. In this case, many yogis should understand many things here. Commentary also advise you to try to understand many things. Okay, first, so Te Chattaro Mahāparinibbāṇa are the four great references in Sutta. We call Suttanda Mahāparinibbāṇa. Four great references in Suttanda. This just now I explained. They are four Suttanda Mahāparinibbāṇa. Then if someone say in this way, then you can also compare with the Buddha's teaching. Then if they are corresponding to each other with the Buddha's teaching, can accept, otherwise reject. This is Suttanda Mahāparinibbāṇa. Four great references from Suttanda. Then another one also, Vinaya Mahāparinibbāṇa. Four great references in Vinaya. The Buddha also taught four Mahāparinibbāṇa, four great references in Vinaya, Mahāvagga, Vesaja Khandaka, is it? Then what are they? Sutta later, no? Then number one is four Sutta Mahāparinibbāṇa. Number two is four Vinaya Mahāparinibbāṇa. Four great references in Vinaya. Number two. Okay, Udhamadasi, another four Mahavinaya. Which one? Not this one. This one. Okay, Vinaya. Okay, Vinaya. Okay, you see here. This one also, if we read Pali and the literal translation in English, will get confused. Then what then is okay? Then here, okay, you can see this one. This one you make the briefly. The first one, the first one is someone, okay, ayandamo ayawinayo. They have the argument regarding Dhamma and Vinaya, or this is Dhamma, this is Vinaya. Whether it is, okay, this teaching is according to Buddha's teaching, this teaching is not in accordance with the Buddha's teaching. Or this is Vinaya, this is not Vinaya, or they have argument each other. Controversies. A kind of controversy, is it? At that time, what should we do? What should we do? Then usually they decide, they make the decision in the Sangha's causa, Sangha's court, is it? When they are okay, in this case, okay, then maybe then Vinaya Mahāparinibbāṇa, okay, Vinaya Mahāparinibbāṇa. This is allowable. Yeah, the Buddha or this is not allowable. The Buddha has not been rejected. This is not allowable. For example, sometimes the Buddha rejected some things. The Buddha has not been rejected. It is not allowable. This is not allowable. Then at the times, whether it is allowable or not, you should compare with the allowable ones. Allowable ones. When they compare in this way, it is suitable for bhikkhu. It is suitable for bhikkhus. Then what will happen? It is suitable for bhikkhu or not. If they are not suitable for bhikkhu, if the things are not suitable for bhikkhus, what will happen? Then they are unallowable. The Buddha, although the Buddha hasn't laid down the Vinaya rule, the Buddha has not rejected by important Vinaya rule. By important Vinaya rule, then you should consider, bhikkhu should consider whether it is suitable for bhikkhu or not. If they are not suitable for bhikkhu, then you can decide yourself. It is not allowable for bhikkhu in this way. Is it? It is not allowable for bhikkhus. Then there are many things in Vinaya, many explanations in Vinaya. For example, the coconut juice, and also the watermelon juice. There are many very big fruit. They want to make the juice and offer the bhikkhus, offers to the bhikkhus in the evening. Usually, the Buddha didn't say whether it is allowed or not allowed. The Buddha didn't put any Vinaya rule yet for such kinds of tree, such kinds of fruit, very big fruit, to make the juice. At that time, maybe they had argument each other. Some bhikkhu may say, such kinds of fruit, very big fruit juice are allowable for bhikkhu. Or some bhikkhu may say, those very big fruit juice are not allowable. Then they are arguing each other. At that time, how to decide? How to decide me? Although the Buddha has not rejected, the Buddha has not been rejected, this is not allowed. This is not allowable. Okay, then whether it is allowable or not, compare. The Buddha only just allowed, like for example, mango juice, something like this. Mango juice, the banana juice, etc. Then what will happen? Then compared to such kinds of small fruit, they are very big fruit. That is why, okay, this should not be allowable for bhikkhu. It is not suitable for bhikkhu. Then you can decide this is not allowable for bhikkhu in this way. Although the Buddha didn't lay down, didn't put down the Vinaya rule directly. But you can decide by comparing with an allowable or allowable. Is it? This is one Mahāparinibbāṇa and Vinaya. Another one is the same. The Buddha has not been rejected something, or this is allowed. No, this is not allowable. No. Also another. Maybe so this one maybe the 3. No, number 3. The Buddha has not been rejected. This is not allowable. Then what will happen? compare with the allowable ones. Compare with allowable ones means, for example, the Buddha allowed the mangoes juice, banana juice, and grapefruit juice, etc. Is it? The small fruit. Then comparing to the Buddha, although didn't directly allow, for example, like apple juice, orange juice, how to do? Then they have, some bhikkhu may have argument. Some bhikkhu may say these apple juice are allowable in the evening. The other bhikkhu may say, no, this apple juice are not allowable. Why? The Buddha didn't allow directly. Then they have such kinds of argument. Then they need to make the decision in front of the bhikkhu sangha or the knowledgeable bhikkhus. At that time, compare with the allowable one. For example, the Buddha allows mango juice to drink in the evening. Is it? Then banana juice. In the same way, apple juice are also allowable. They are a kind of small fruit, like similar to mango fruit, etc. Then in this way, then bhikkhu can decide this is allowable for bhikkhu, this is suitable for bhikkhu, or this is number skin things. Number three is the Buddha not been rejected, not been allowed. Okay, the Buddha has not been allowed. The Buddha has not been allowed. This is not allowable. The Buddha didn't allow. The Buddha didn't allow by putting the Vinaya rule. Is it something? Then at that time they should compare with the Buddhas that already not allowed. It is suitable for bhikkhu or not. The other things. Then at the times, what will happen? Then if it is not suitable for bhikkhus, if although the Buddha had not, the Buddha didn't allow such kinds of things to do by putting Vinaya rule. It is not allowed. The Buddha already rejected. For example, the Buddha hasn't put Vinaya rule. This is allowed, etc. This is allowed for bhikkhu. It is not allowable for bhikkhu. Then compare whether it is allowable or not. If there's an argument within the bhikkhu sangha, when they consider with the allowable ones, if it is not suitable for bhikkhus, then they can decide themselves. It is also not allowable. It is unallowable, or in this way. The other one is when they compare in this way. Although the Buddha or the Buddha allow, maybe this also confused, is it? Well, without this stable explanation, will be better. Then what will happen? Then it is allowable. Okay, this is also allowable. For example, the Buddha allows that any very soft and smooth robe to wear, no problem. For bhikkhu, every robe and every very good robe, very smooth robe, etc. from any different country, is it? You can dry as robe and wear, no problem. The Buddha already allowed. Then some may say the Buddha already allowed the robe, a very smooth and very soft, very good robe to wear. Then what will happen? Then some other bhikkhus may think, for example, the female touching is also very soft and very smooth, or it will be also allowable in this way. But no, when they consider themselves with the Buddha's Vinaya rule, what will happen? Oh, they are not suitable for bhikkhu, although they are soft and smooth like the other clothes. It is not allowable, or in this way can reject. But there are different, Buddha allow, for example, one clothes for robe, making robe in one country. But there are also many different kinds of clothes from different country. Then they are quite similar. Although the Buddha didn't allow directly, For example, the clothes or rope made of leaf, made of tree. The Buddha didn't directly allow. But if they compare with the allowable ones, they are also similar, not so much different. They are suitable for bhikkhu to use at that time. Okay, they are allowable. In this way, they can decide for bhikkhu. Okay, allowable and allowable. By comparing the Buddha's Vinaya rule, and although the Buddha didn't put down the Vinaya rule, but some are allowable, some are not allowable. Although the Buddha already laid down Vinaya rule, this is allowed or this is not allowed, then compare with those things in this way, then full results will come up. That is why they are called Vinaya Mahāparinibbāṇa. Okay, this is a brief explanation, especially for bhikkhu, not for layperson. If they understand layperson, it is also okay. It is also okay. Then for Mahāparinibbāṇa. Then when another one is okay. Another one is no, not this one. We call Pinya Bhakaraniya, full Pinya Bhakaraniya. You know, Ekansa Bhakaraniya Pinyor. The question. Okay, Ekansa Bhakaraniya, questions to be answered directly. Questions to be answered directly. That is one. Number two is Vibheja Bhakaraniya Pinya. Questions, requirements, and explanations or analysis. Number three, Patibhoja Bhakaraniya. Question, requirements, counters, questions. Number four, Thapaniya Bhakaraniya, Thapaniya Pinya. Then questions to be set aside. Set aside, or altogether four modes of answering questions. This also explained in commentary of this paragraph regarding this. Okay, regarding this, only just a brief explanation. If someone asks, Chikong Anicca, Bhante, is Chakupasada impermanent, anicca, or Chakupasada is anicca, is Chakupasada anicca? Then at that time, Ekansa Bhakaraniya, sure, Chakupasada is impermanent, anicca. That is why he can rightly answer, sure, this is Chakupasada is impermanent. Yes, Chakupasada is anicca. They can directly answer one times only. Enough. Or such kinds of answering is called. Such kinds of answering is called Ekansa Bhakaraniya answer. Questions to be answered directly. Is it? Then number two. The other also the same. For example, Bhante, Sota's impermanence or impermanence. Yes, Sota is also impermanent. Ghana, Jingwa, Kaya, also the same. They can answer only just yes. Yes, they are impermanent. All are impermanent. Cheku, Sota, Ghana, Jingwa, Kaya, etc. Then in this way, they can directly answer only one answer. They are called Ekansa Bhakaraniya. Then another question is, Vibheja Bhakaraniya. Vibheja Bhakaraniya. Anicca nama chekho. Anicca nama chekho. One person will ask, Anicca, anicca impermanence is only Chekhu. Chekhu or not? Then one person will ask. Then when we answer this question, how to answer? Not only Chekhu is anicca, Sota also anicca, Ghana, Jingwa, Kaya, also anicca, mana also anicca. Everything are all for conditionless formations are anicca. Oh, in this way we should answer by analyzing. Is it? By explaining. Not only one. Bande, only Cheku is anicca? No, not only Cheku is anicca. All formation, all sankhara are anicca. In this way, Sota also anicca, Ghana also anicca, Chinwa also anicca. In this way, need to answer by explaining, by analyzing. Such kinds of answer is called Vibhaja Vyakaraniya. Then another one is Patibhocha Vyakaraniya. Questions, recurrence, counter questions. What is the meaning? For example, Sota, Cheku and Sota are the same or not? You know, eye translucency and ear translucency. For example, Cheku Vinyana consciousness and Sota Vinyana consciousness, they are the same or not? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, then you should ask one question to return. In return, without asking, you cannot answer such kinds of question directly. Why? His answer is not so clear. Sota and Cheku and Sota are the same or not? No, actually they are not the same. But what do you mean? By me, I mean Cheku, Sota can see the side objects, Ruparamana objects like Cheku or not. Then he asks the other question clearly. At that time he can answer, no, Sota cannot see. You know, Sota Vinyana's consciousness cannot see the Ruparamana objects. Sota Vinyana's consciousness can hear only Sadaramana sound objects. Then Cheku Vinyana's consciousness can see only Ruparamana objects. Or in this way, they can answer. Without asking questions in return, then they cannot answer such kinds of question. Is it? That is why such kinds of question is called Patibhocha Vyakaraniya. Sometimes if someone asks, then need to ask what is his question, what is his meaning, what is his intention, etc. At that time only can answer correctly. Then number 4 is Thapaniya Vyakaraniya. Thapaniya Vyakaraniya question to be set aside or without, don't answer such kinds of question. For example, some may ask, especially during the Buddha time, they ask, Tan Jiwan, Tan Sarira. Because many people in India, they are holding the self view. Not only India, now the whole world, many. Is it? They are, when they pass away from this human life or one life, what will happen? Or they will be reborn in heaven realms. Then they will never die again. Or like this. Why? There is a self in their mind. There is a life faculty in their mind. Although this body will disappear, the self will never disappear. It will move to another realm, another body. Then it will never die again. In this way, they hold such kinds of self-view, atta view. So atta, you know, the jiva, life faculty and body are the same or not? Or they will ask such kinds of question. Actually, since the beginning, there's no self, no atta, no soul. Okay, only nama and rupa, only 5 aggregate. But he is holding such view. That is why by holding their self view, atta view, they will ask such kinds of question. At that time, there's no answer for this thing. Since beginning, for example, someone will ask, do you have a car? Then, okay, such kinds of answer, no need to answer such kinds of question. Only just keep quiet. For example, someone will ask you, do you have a car? Then you don't have a car. Then I don't have a car. I don't have any car. At that time, what will happen? He will continue to ask you, this car was made in Japan or USA. Then how to answer? Then since beginning, there's no car. Why you are asking such kinds of question? Is it? Then no need to answer. Since beginning, there's no car. Then in the same way, for example, she has no children, no child. She's such kinds of women. Is it? For example, like single women. Do you have son? Then how to answer? Since she is no son, since beginning she has no son, then no answers. No, okay, I don't have son, only just answer. Then your son is beautiful or handsome or not? Then how to answer? No answer, such kinds of question. The first answer is still okay. I don't have son, okay. But your son is handsome or not? Your daughter is beautiful or not? Then how to answer? Since beginning, they have no son, no answer, such kinds of question. Only just keep quiet. Or in the same way, sometimes when they are asking a kinds of unsuitable questions or useless, meaningless question, at that time only just keep quiet, no answer. Or such kinds of answer is called Pinya Bhyakaraniya answers. Altogether, 4 kinds of answer, 4 kinds of questions to be answered, something like this. Answering questions, foremost or answering questions. Then the commentary also explained in this way. Then now you understand another thing is 4 kinds of vinaya. Just now Dhamma Dasi, so Sutta, Nuloma, they are called 4 kinds of vinaya. Sutta, Nuloma, they are called 4 kinds of vinaya. Okay, 4 kinds of vinaya are what? Sutta is the Buddha's teaching, the Tipitaka, or the Tipitaka, the Buddha's teaching, they are called Sutta. The Buddha's direct Pali, Mula Pali. Then this Mula Pali, for example, during the commentary time, they have already finished the. Oh, okay. They have already finished the 3 Sanghas Council. Then Sanghas Council. The first Sangha Council, led by Venerable Mahākassapa. They are altogether 500 Arahanta. 500 Arahantas join in this Sanghas Council, Sanghayana. Then after that, they confirm they are the Buddha's teaching. Then according to those Tipitaka, they are called Sutta, the Buddha's teaching, the Buddha's Sutta. Dhamma and Vinaya, they are called the Buddha's teaching. Abhidhamma, Vinaya, Suttanta, Abhidhamma. These 3 Tipitaka are called Sutta, the Buddha's teaching. Then the second Sangha Kausa, also led by Venerable Yasa. Then also there are 700 Arhanta join in this Sangha Council. The third Sangha Council led by Venerable Maugali Buddha Mahadesa, Maugali Buddha Desa. Then there were the 1000 Arhanta joined in this Sangha Council. They decided these are the Buddha's teaching. Then 3 Pitaka, they are called Sutta. Number 2 is a Sutta Nuloma. Sutta Nuloma means, although the Buddha didn't rightly preach such kinds of Sutta, etc. But some Sutta, like the Sutta Suttanta Mahaparinibbāṇa, great references, 4 great references from Suttanta and 4 great references of Vinaya, they are called Sutta Nuloma. Although the Buddha didn't rightly preach, some are okay. That is why, accordance with the Sutta, they are called Sutta Nuloma. Sutta Nuloma, the Buddha also already allowed in this way, in Vinaya and also Sutta. In this way, can say. Then they are called Sutta Nuloma. Then number 3 is Acharya Vara, the word of the teacher. Actually, they are called Atthakatha, commentary. Commentary means sometimes even the Buddha also explain in detail during the Buddha times. Some Arahanta also explain in this way. They are called Atthakatha or Pagainaka Desana. Sometimes they also call Acharya Vara. They are the same. Then the number 4 is autonomy, one's own opinions, one scholar's view, idea. Okay, they are called autonomy. Altogether 4 Vinayas. Okay, Sutta is the strongest one. If they want to make the decision whether they are Sutta, Buddha's Dhamma or not, Sutta or Dhamma or Vinaya, when they are having agreement, then at that time they have to decide, then compare with the Sutta. If they are in accordance with the Sutta, okay, you can decide this is correct. If they are not in accordance with the Sutta, you can decide this is not correct in this way. Then in the same way, Sutta is the strongest one. Then Sutta, some maybe refer Sutta Nuloma, some one person will refer Sutta. When they compare to each other, then Sutta is a stronger one. If one person's idea is in accordance with the Sutta, then one person's idea is in accordance with the Sutta Nuloma, at the time, only Sutta is stronger than Sutta Nuloma. Is it? One person, for example, so beginning from number 4, one person, he has one scholar's idea. This is, this person say, this one. Then although this person say, okay, compare with the Sutta. If they are in accordance with the Sutta, okay, you can accept. If they are not in accordance with the Sutta, you can reject, although they are holding the one scholar's idea, one scholar's view, opinions. Okay? Then one person may say, this is from commentary, or this is from commentary. But although he make, if they are different idea, although they refer to the commentary also sometimes because of some mistake, mistyping or miswriting, etc. There may be some misleading, some miswriting, etc. in commentary. That is why sometimes may not be correct. Then whether they had different, when they are having the different idea, then compare with the Sutta. If they are in accordance with the Sutta, okay, can accept. Otherwise, can reject, although they refer to the commentary. Then another one is Sutta Nuloma. Some may refer to Sutta Nuloma. Then if they are in accordance with the Sutta, then can accept, otherwise can reject. But some persons may refer to Sutta. If it is, whether it is Sutta, really Sutta or not, compare. If it is really Sutta, then need to accept, cannot reject Sutta. If someone rejects Sutta, oh, it is not possible. If someone rejects the Buddha's Sutta Tipitaka, then they are rejecting the Buddha. They are no more Buddhist. Is it? They are not practicing, not following the Buddha's instruction. Can consider them me. The Buddha's Suttas, the Buddha's Tipitaka cannot be rejected by anybody when they, although they don't like, although they disagree. Is it? Or in this way can refer. Okay, now you understand 4 great references of Sutta, 4 great references of Vinaya. The Vinaya a little bit confusing, is it? Then another one is 4 Pinya Bhyakaraniya. 4 mode of answering questions. And also another one is 4 Vinaya and 3 Sanghayana. In this paragraph, okay, the Buddha explains to the Bhikkhu Sanghas and Bhoga city. Then by understanding this one, if someone, teach his idea, like a kind of meditation practice, then you should compare his teaching with the Buddha's teaching, whether they are in accordance with the Buddha's teaching or not. If they are corresponding to the Buddha's teaching, you can follow their instruction. You can practice their meditation guidance. Otherwise, reject. This is very important. Some may refer, this is from such kinds of commentary, such kinds of sub-commentary. This is from our very great teacher, etc. Very great scholar. Okay, don't accept immediately. That is why you should have knowledge in Tipitaka, is it? Then if you can rightly read Tipitaka, then we can understand whether they are correct or not. If they are not correct, not in accordance with the Buddha's teaching, then we can reject briefly, no need to worry. Now we are also doing in this way. They show they are very great scholar, etc. But we will not accept, although they refer us to their great scholar, if they are not in accordance with the Buddha's teaching. Although they don't refer to great scholar, etc., then if they are in accordance with the Buddha's teaching, we will accept. We are doing in this way now. Okay, by understanding the Buddha's 4 Mahāparinibbāṇa, 4 great references, may be able to practice the Buddha's instruction, may be able to attain Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Sayadaw, thank you so much for today's teaching. You have about 25 minutes left. Maybe open the floor for today's questions. You can submit your questions to the Zoom question and answer now. Thank you very much.
No question.
There's questions, Sayadaw. I'll read it to you. It's just pacing right now. Vadame Sayadaw, can Sayadaw please explain about the 5 hindrances, especially about greed and anger? Does greed in the 5 hindrances mean lust, greed only? Does anger mean ill will only? From anonymous attendee. Tadu, tadu, tadu.
And Sarah, please explain about the 5 hindrances, especially about greed and anger. That's greed and the 5 hindrances. Me, lust, greed only. That's angers me, evil only. The Nivarana is a kudo deya samme myago mittadati alili Nivarana ko. Especially the Kame Chanda Nivarana is the sexual desire, sensual desire, sexual wishes. This was a greed or craving or lust, the same. Then anger is okay, dosa or evil or bhyabhara. There are many different synonyms. Is it? Different synonyms. Then Janadi would say na Ubichanaka Kusala Chaita Nisidin Diti Nivarana. For example, you are practicing meditations to attain jhana. Then you want to be your minds to be jhana mind or mega mind or flat mind. Is it? That is why you are trying to practice meditation. You are trying to be kusala mind. Your mind is kusala mind. But, though they hinder your mind not to be kusala mind, then the sexual desire appear in your mind. Then your mind becomes lobha mind, not kusala mind. Then you are getting angry with something. Then although you are trying to be your mind, jhana mind, mega mind, fla mind, kusala mind, but your mind is a dosa mind, akusala mind. Is it? They hinder not to be kusala mind. That is why there are hindrances me, this one, a kinds of obstacle or hindrances or disturbance. They disturb, they hinder, they make obstacle your mind not to be kusala mind. That is when they are the meaning of hindrances, nivarana. They prevent your mind not to be kusala mind, such as jhana, megaphala, nibbana, like this. They are the meaning of hindrances. Okay, but for example, although you still have lobha and dosa in your mind, as long as you have been attained megaphala nibbana, you cannot completely remove the lobha, dosa, moha from your mind yet. But when you attain upajara or apana concentration, excess concentration or absorption concentration, then you can stay with one meditation object, like the anapana pratipagganimita object for a long time. At that time, because of this concentration, although you still have lobha, dosa in your mind, they will not appear easily. They will not hinder your mind not to be jhana mind, etc. because of power of concentration. If there's no such kind of concentrations power in your mind, usually they will disturb. When you try to be kusala mind, you trying to stay with the meditation objects, then they don't want to allow your mind to be kusala mind. They don't want to allow your mind to stay with meditation objects for a long time. But they will disturb. That is when they are called hindrances. Okay, that is why greed and anger, okay, lobha and dosa, tanha, raga, craving, vyapara, evil or the anger, they are the same, lust, only just different synonyms only. But in this case, they use hindrances. Hindrances not only lobha, dosa, also the other, tina, metta, sloth and torpor, uddhacca, gogoja, restlessness and remorse. Then vijigaccha, doubt, they are called hindrances. This fight where hinders your minds not to be kusala mind. They translate hindrances. Maybe there will be also different translation in English. Like obstacles is okay, disturbances okay, no problem.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vadami Sayadaw, are there any differences between Dasa Sila and Dasa Papaja Sila from anonymous attendee? Dadu.
Dasa Sila and Dasa Papaja Sila are the same. Laypersons can be observed these silas. Is Dasa Sila. But when they wear the dyeing robe, dyeing robe like Seale or Samanera, or they are called Papaja, ordained person. That is why they are called Papaja Sila. Also, they also observe these 10 precepts. But they are wearing laypersons clothes, not robe. But they also keep the 10 precepts. They also observe the 10 precepts. It is okay. At that time, can call Dasa Sila. When they are ordained person, can call Dasa Papaja Sila. No problem.
Dadu. Vadami Bande, are monks allowed to accept money, checks from the devotees? Nowadays, a lot of monks are receiving money and checks directly from the people. What kind of Vinaya rules are they breaking? How can bhikkhu accept money from devotees according to Buddha's rule? Antinune, Dadu.
Monks are allowed to accept money, checks from the devotee. Okay, then here question is, monks are allowed to accept money? Then they are not allowed. Okay, monks are not allowed to accept the money from devotee, like a check or take cut money. No money, they are not allowed. But a lot of way, then nowadays a lot of monks are accepting money, receiving monies. and check directly from the people. Then, okay, the bhikkhu cannot accept, cannot receive, cannot take the money from the devotee or from their own, even from their parents. When they become a monks, since, Samnera rule also, Jata, Rupa, Rajata, Patikahana, or they were abstaining not to take the money, etc., certain money. Then even the Samnera, if Samnera receive or take the money, then he will be given by punishment. That punishment will be given by the bhikkhus. Or he should be punished. Danda. Danda. Then what kinds of Vinaya rule are they breaking? Then for bhikkhu, we call Nisakiya Pachitiya. Nisakiya Pachitiya Abati. Nisakiya Pachitiya Abati means the devotee offer, then they also receive the money directly from the devotee. Then, okay, although without offering, sometimes they go and ask the money. Then they also offer. Then they touch the money. They accept the money. Actually, there's a Nisakiya Pachitiya Abati on this bhikkhu. Nisakiya Pachitiya Abati me. Pachitiya Abati me. We call the kinds of Lahuka Apati. Although it is Lahuka Apati, the like Apati, but as long as they don't relinquish this money completely, then they say Apati Desna with the other bhikkhu. Ahambande Sava Apati or Ayukaromi, etc. Is it? But this Apati will not valid, will not be valid. Oh, then if they want to say, if they want to confess their offense, their apatis to the other bhikkhu, then need to relinquish this money first, completely. Relinquish me completely, without any attachment. According to procedure, need to relinquish in Sangha, but nowadays this procedure nearly disappear. Then if they relinquish to the Kapiya or their parents, no problem, can relinquish. After that, says Apati Desna. Apati Desna. Then me, I will observe this Vinaya rule not to break in the future. With this intention, I think Samvara, if they confess, if they say Apati Desna, then they will be free from this Apati. Otherwise, as long as they are holding the money without relinquishing, then although they say Apati Desana, they are still Apati. They are still Apati. If they have Apati, then although they practice meditation, it is also impossible to attain Jhana Mekha Phala Nibbana. Why? This is we call Anaviteka Mantrayika. Then the Buddha laid down this Vinaya rule, but they are breaking. They know bhikkhu are not allowed to take the money, but they purposely take the money. Then what happened? They practice meditation. How they will attain Jhana Mekha Phala Nibbana? They are they are breaking the Buddha's Vinaya rule intentionally. That is why it will prevent their attainment, their meditation improvement. They are called, Anaviteka Mantrayika, one of the Andrayika, dangers for attainment. It is impossible. That is why they show the language. If they want to use the request, we call allowable requests. Allowable requests mean with the kapiya. For example, some devotee want to offer the requests to the bhikkhu. For example, they want to support the 4 requests, any requests, whatever the bhikkhu needs. The bhikkhu need. Then what will happen? They show, Bande, I would like to offer. They can use. I would like to offer allowable requests. For example, value of $100. If you need anything, please let me know. Or please show your kapiya. Then kapiya will provide whatever you need. Something like that. they use allowable requisites, equivalent to, not directly, for example, money, not directly money, only just use allowable requisites equivalent to 100 money, etc., US dollar, etc. In this way, they should use. Otherwise, also if they use Monday, I would like to offer money to you, please show me your kapia, also not allowed, right? The devotee refer to the money. That is why it is also not allowed for bhikkhu. At that time, bhikkhu should reject. Money is not allowed for bhikkhu. Immediately reject. At that time, okay, it is not allowed. For example, one devotee offer Monday, I would like to offer $100 monies to you. Then please show me your kapia. Although they ask kapia, actually it is not allowed because it refer to money. But if they request Monday, I would like to offer allowable requests for bhikkhus equivalent to 100, for example, 100 US dollar. Then please let me know whatever you need whenever you meet. Then he can keep himself also. Okay. Another thing is, okay, please show me your kapia. Then kapia will provide. At that time, can show kapia. But he says, I would like to offer allowable requisites equivalent to 100 US dollar, for example. Then he didn't ask, please show me your kapia. At that time, bhikkhu also cannot show kapia. Only just keep quiet, no problem. Then if there's the devotee does not know, then before inviting in this way, then can teach them how to manage or how to offer by using the proper way, proper word, can teach them. Then when they understand, they can offer by using the proper allowable word in this way. Okay, briefly, money is not allowed for bhikkhu, samaneras, etc., who are keeping the 10 precepts and also bhikkhu vinaya rule. Then, if the devotee offer, if the bhikkhu arrange this requisites with the kapia, then it will be allowed. Okay, bhikkhu, the kapia are keeping those requisites. Then what kapia also invites the bhikkhu Bande, I have a lot of requisites valued of 100 US dollar. Whenever you need, whatever you need, please let me know. I will provide whatever you need. Or at the time, you can ask the kapia anytime. Or if the devotee invite, then bhikkhu also can ask the devotee whenever he needs, something like this. But he can, bhikkhu and samanera cannot take money themselves. They cannot also accept, although they don't touch with the envelope also like this cannot. Is it? But another way is if there's no kapia, for example, one thing allowed in commentary, in such commentary, for example, then one devotee offer the allowable requisites to bhikkhu with the proper word, suitable word. Then there's a no kapia. At the time, devotee can, the donor can say, Bande, if you have kapia, please show me your kapia. Then kapia can show. Maybe kapia nearby or kapia far away, no problem. Although my kapia is there, then you can give this allowable requests to this kapia. Also okay. Then another thing is, I have no kapia. Then the devotee can ask, if you don't have kapia, Bande, please show me the safe place, safe box, etc. Safe place is better. Then at that time, bhikkhu can show, okay, this place is safe. Then the devotee, the donor, can put this money in this place. Then okay, the devotee also lock and also give the key to the bhikkhu, no problem at that time. Is it? Also without lock, also okay, no problem. Then bhikkhu cannot touch, although they keep the money in this safe place. But if they want something, then there's a one kapia. Then kapia, bhikkhu needs something. At that time, bhikkhu can explain the kapia. Kapia, I have a lot of requests in this place. I need this thing, please provide for me. Then Kapiya can provide whatever bhikkhu need. Then bhikkhu cannot touch money with any ways, cannot also accept directly, but can accept with the Kapiya. In this way. Okay, maybe briefly. If need to explain, there will be many. Now and then quite understand, quite okay.
请问尊者，如果一位出家人或导师的教法或戒或行为被他人质疑，当他带着批评的口吻来跟你澄清或质问你时，出家人或导师应该怎么样做？出家人或导师应持有什么样的态度和心态呢？
Someone to comment regarding his behavior or teaching, whether it is correct or not. Bhikkhu should respond to the other, like you mean? That's why. How has she responded? Then depends on what.
I think there's probably some problem with Sayadaw's connection now. Yeah, I think Sayadaw just dropped off. So thank you for your patience. I think he should be able to come back, hopefully.
Internet connection is poor here. Okay, Kudumadasi. Oh, sorry.
I think Sayadaw, are you in English channel?
Now in China, yes, just now the no internet connections. Now
Okay.
I use
Yeah.
another mobile.
Okay. So Pandey, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one depends on the teacher, depends on the other persons. They not the other. Although, for example, even the Buddha, they may have doubt or they may have sense comment or criticism. How the Buddha replies to them, is it? Then we need to see in this way only. Then some, for example, you are like a dog, you are like a cow. Then if they abuse in this way, this is his problem. We don't need to say we are human being and human being. We don't need to reply anything to such kinds of persons. But someone say your teaching is not your teaching is wrong. At that time, maybe why you think our teaching is wrong, then you show the reference. Then okay, can compare and can explain with the references, no problem. Such kinds of person. If we keep quiet without replying, without response, at that time they may think, okay, we are teaching wrong teaching, something like that. That is why I need to explain in such kinds of comment, such kinds of criticism. Then depends on conditions. The behavior, if for example, the teacher's behavior is not is wrong, bad behavior, they also correct, they also comment, they also criticize correctly. At that time, should be careful and should correct their behavior to be good, like this. Depends. No need to, sometimes no need to reply, sometimes if necessary can reply. Depends on the person's criticism. The other person only just they have doubt in their mind, but the persons or teacher, their behavior is good behavior, then this is their problem. They are akusala karma. Only they are teaching according to Buddha's teaching correctly, but they have doubt. This is also their problem, not the person's or teacher's problem. Depends on condition.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Sayadaw, the time is up and we have 3 more questions left. Would you like to finish it or would you like to save it for the next time?
Now 9 time is already passed. No? Okay, the next time is better. Now also internet connection is poor.
Okay, Sayadaw. Tadu, 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 Sayadaw. May Sayadaw lead us in making aspirations and sharing of merits, please. Tadu, tadu, tadu.
Therapy after me to share your merits to all beings. Idame Ponya,
Idame Bonya,
Asawakaya,
Atawakaya,
Wahahotu,
Wahahotu,
Idame Ponya,
Idame Bonya,
Nibbānasa,
Nibbanata,
Pechayo Hotu,
Isiyo Hotu,
Mama Ponya Bhagan,
Mama Bonya Baga,
Sabba Satana,
Tapatatana,
Azemi,
Azemi,
Esabe,
Nitabe,
Mesama,
Nitamam,
Ponya Bhagan,
Bonya Baga,
Labandu,
Labandu,
Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sayadaw, again for your teaching and Banti's interpretation. Please feel free to leave the Zoom at your convenience. Tadu, 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 Sayadaw. We have a few announcements to make. In 2 weeks, Venerable Sayadaw Ukumarapiwanda will continue the last days of Bodha, Mahāparinibbāṇa Sutta, part 17. And for future teachings regarding Venerable Sayadaw U Janakapiwanda, perfection of generosity, has completed part 1 to 16. And please check out our website for future teaching schedule. And you can also check us out on our Facebook website and also our regular webpage as well. If you want today's Dhamma teaching materials or suggestions and feedbacks for future teachings, please send us an email or WeChat to the above ID. Thank you very much for everyone. Thanks again to our co-host, Pao Singapore. Thank you everybody for your time and participation. Till we meet again, may you all be well, healthy, and happy. Dhatu, dhatu, dhatu.